But at the end of the day, I don't think they'll go there. I don't think they can. They're in a box. They are in a box where they've got to choose between a mentally incompetent president and a DEI vice president, and they know that they're going to be facing a problem either way.
Again, you know what? I want people to listen to them. If you just listen to what they say, it will tell you everything that you need to know. Number one, you can obviously see that he's ignorant as all get out. And number two, you can see that he wishes he had half the competency of Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't talk to me about what a DEI hire looks like, because we know that you have never, ever engaged in diversity, equity, or inclusion when it came to your office.
Have you ever heard of Project 2025?
I've read about that, Congresswoman.
Okay. And there are some things indicated in Project 2025 that are quite concerning to me. And I want to talk about a few of those topics because this hearing almost feels like a Project 2025 hearing. One of those topics is diversity in the workplace. The agenda includes making sure that the next conservative administration dismantles DEI apparatus by eliminating various chief diversity officer positions, et cetera. And you engaged in an exchange earlier with one of my colleagues, and I don't know if you recall, but it was hitting me a little differently as a Black woman sitting here, because it almost seemed as if you either get diversity or you get qualifications. It did not seem as if my colleague understood that someone can be diverse and qualified. And it is why you have people like me that get very frustrated, not just in the halls of Congress, but in general in this country. Because as I'm sitting here and there seemed to be this question of you're either diverse or you're qualified, all I could think about was the fact that I currently hold an honorary doctorate. I also hold a Juris Doctorate. I also hold a bachelor's. I also technically hold the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the Civil Air Patrol, and I actually practiced law for almost 2 decades, in addition to serving on various boards, in addition to being a prior state lawmaker. And there are those that would make some people believe that because I happen to be Black and or a woman, that somehow, even though I can rattle off all the qualifications in the world, my Blackness makes me unqualified. My question to you is that the attitude that you subscribe to?
Absolutely not, Congresswoman. And in fact, what we do at OPM every day is look to knock down barriers that are keeping qualified people like yourself, qualified people from all across America for pursuing federal jobs.
What do we got to do to let people understand, or what's going on in people's mind where they don't want to understand the fact that DEI is being used as a synonym for the N-word? The idea that Kamala Harris, college education, law degree, who was also a senator, who was also an attorney general of a state, who's also a district attorney of a state. Where does that say DEI? So when you hear Roy say that Kamala is the DEI vice president, what he's really saying is already known in our minds. It's no longer a dog whistle. They are screaming out loud how anti-Black they are. This behavior only works because no one in the Republican Party is willing to call out the racism that exists in their ranks. It is not even a minority. At this point, they are so comfortable with this idea that no one gets to challenge their whiteness is unbelievable to me. Where is the Republican Party of John McCain years? How is it that in this short period of time, Republicans have went so far off the rails? The Southern white strategy is not even what they're using anymore. They're just back to saying the N-word differently. This is a party that is isolating the entire demographic simply because of their racism. They don't put forth platforms anymore. It's just racism. They don't want you to be woke because anybody with their eyes open can recognize the racism that is latent in everything that's being said that is referred to the Republican Party. It is not by mistake that white nationalists and also neo-Nazis identify with the Republican Party. It is not by mistake that the same people swear that they're patriot are carrying Confederate flags. It is not by mistake that these same elected officials are saying Black people should be proud of Confederate monuments. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that. It is not by mistake that Ron DeSantis is trying to, or already eliminated, AP courses around African American history. It is not by mistake that teaching true American history, one that shows white supremacy in policies and institutions, is being outlawed and called anti-American. The only thing that is by surprise is the fact that our white brothers and sisters in the Republican Party are sitting idle while their cohorts are showing up in this manner. What are you going to do about this nasty behavior from white Republicans? I'm Mondale Robinson. Don't partake in racism. It makes you dirty.